Hello everyone, I'm Travis. Welcome to Travis Travels. We are here in the Kenneth Hahn State Recreation Area, which is located in Culver City, California, about 30 minutes drive from downtown LA. This is one of the great parks of Los Angeles. Of course, the most famous is Griffith Park. Second only to Griffith Park is perhaps this one. So this is actually my first time here, and I've been told that from one of the hills in this park we can have a classic view of downtown LA framed against the Snow Peak Mountains in the distance. There are a few sites you should check out. You've got the lake, first of all. You have a hummingbird reserve, which we'll check out in just a minute. You have two hilltops from which you can view downtown LA, and anything else along the way, which I will be sure to tell you about. If you turn around 180 degrees, you will see a very peculiar sight. You see those oil rigs behind me. I don't know what they're called, but they are siphoning oil from the ground below. I understand that Los Angeles used to be dotted, the LA landscape used to be dotted with these machines because LA sits on top of a pretty big oil reserve. Over the years, more and more of the city is covered in asphalt, so you don't see these anymore. The Blue Lagoon behind me is one of the attractions of this park, and it is a very nice lagoon and extremely clean as well. You can see right into the lake bed, which has this incredibly lush emerald green hue because of the trees surrounding the lake. It just gives it a very nice, almost emerald-like glow to it. And there are all kinds of wildlife, wildfowls, and there aren't that many people at all. It's a lazy Sunday afternoon, around noontime, and I am surprised the park is so sparsely populated, which is quite nice if you want to just get away from the hustle and bustle of big city life and try to commune with nature and be one with it. There's a really nice breeze that is blowing across the surface of the lake, and you can feel it in your clothes, on your face, which is very nice on a hot day like this. Extremely refreshing. So now, as I was saying, LA is not a city known for its public parks, but there is actually quite a number of parks in LA that are extremely inviting and very nice to visit. Besides this one and besides Griffith Park, which is probably the most well-known, you also have Balboa Park in San Fernando Valley and Subarum Park in Rowland Heights, which is a part of San Gabriel Valley. So quite a number of choices to choose from, and many more besides. We'll take in the rest of the lake and then move on to our next stop. See you there. So this lake here is actually one you can fish from. I don't know how the licensing works, but apparently they load this lake with all kinds of fish and then each permit allows you a certain quota, which I think this guide explains. So apparently in this lake you will find trout, catfish, bass, carp, and this is pretty cool. So that's why there's so many waterfowls in the lake, because there is fish about. Let's keep walking. Oh, what's this? Kind of an interesting plant or fruit. I don't know what it is. Maybe it's a type of reed. Right behind me is one of the entrances into the park. On weekends they charge $7 per vehicle. On weekdays I believe it's free. So charging entrance fee is actually it's a good idea because it reduces the number of cars that you have to compete for parking spaces with. And as a result, parking is quite plentiful throughout the park. There are several parking lots all around the park. One right in front of me, one over there, one at the visitor center. So yeah, you can drive your car inside the park from lot to lot depending on where you're headed to. Okay, so let's go. I think it's this way. So we have driven all the way to the summit of the park, and behind me is one of the most famous views of downtown LA. As you can see behind me, the skyline of downtown LA with a snow-peaked mountain behind it. You can see some iconic buildings. The one in the middle, the tubular one with a crown on top, that is the US Bank Tower. It used to be called the Library Tower because it's located right across the street from the main branch of the LA Public Library. Next to it, the second tallest building, which is actually the tallest if you add the spire. There are other vantage points, but they're a little bit harder to get to and you have to hike to them. This one here is right next to the parking lot. Next stop, we're going to check out the Hummingbird Reserve. Let's see what that's all about. Come on. Welcome to our last stop, and we've saved the best till last. This is the Hummingbird Reserve. It's just a hop and a skip away from our last stop, and this place is truly incredible. Perhaps one of the best aviaries or bird sanctuaries I've ever been to. It's a very small area actually, just I don't know, 3,000 square feet, but there are so many different types of birds and so many number of birds. Well, why don't you follow me and we'll find out. So there are all kinds of hummingbirds here, as well as orioles and other types of birds. Let's see if we can spot some. It doesn't look much at first, but soon you'll see this place is just teeming with wildlife. they have a bottle brush tree over here. Hummingbirds must love these because they have a couple of them planted in this area, and there are all kinds of hummingbirds revolving around this tree. And as you can see, they have a lot of feeders here. I don't know what they put in here, but it must be very addictive for these birds because they gravitate towards these feeders like crazy. So you can see there's one hummingbird over there hovering around, getting ready to go in for the kill. And what else do we have? I think I saw an oriole, a yellow-bellied oriole, somewhere around there. Oh, there are two hummingbirds, and they're kind of fighting over territory. And in addition to hummingbirds and other kinds of birds, there are also a lot of bees around here. And now we've got 3 or 4 hummingbirds all getting on in the action. And there's like a bowl of water there for them as well. And it's got some kind of a timed dripping system. Let's see what they have down here. Oh, what kind of bird is that? I'm not sure. Maybe a common house bird? That one I think is that's an oriole right there. It has a yellow plumage on its belly. Oh, look at this. Very nice. Close encounter with all kinds of birds. And now they're all congregating over there, away from us. And this is just an amazing place, especially if you love birds. Well, we have arrived at the end of our tour. I hope you enjoyed your visit to Kenneth Hahn State Park. I certainly have. Well, that is all for today. Thank you for watching. If you have enjoyed this half as much as I have enjoyed it, then I have enjoyed it twice as much as you have. If you like this video, give it a thumbs up. And if you want to watch more videos like this, be sure to hit the subscribe button. Until next time, goodbye.